Hello YouTube, my name is Janitor, and today we're going to talk about the new episode that just aired this morning for the Pokemon Sun and Moon anime, episode 88. Also, we have two announcements. Number one, there's been confirmation of a time slot change for the Pokemon anime starting October 7th, 2018. That's in several weeks, so I'll get to that in a bit. Also, last week's stream, going to there for Shoujo Kageki Revue Starlight was a lot of fun. So I'll be going there again later today. That's at 11:30 Central Time. I'll be leaving a link in the comments. Usually, profile name is Frost, just as a reference to my profile pic. But yeah, definitely check it out if you haven't already, because I'm absolutely loving it. Episode 7 last week was just amazing. I don't want to go too much into spoilers to ruin any of your experiences if you haven't already started watching it, but I'll just say it was bananas, or banana nice, as she would say. So definitely check it out if you haven't already. Shoujo Kageki Revue Starlight, I absolutely love it, and I would definitely recommend checking it out. So yeah, like I said, that'll be at 11:30 Central Time at the stream link. I'll be linking in the comments. But yeah, and also, as for today's episode, which aired earlier this morning, I guess it's going to be airing somewhat earlier, but yeah, that'll be with the last episode, and the current one is September 13th. Then we have a 2-week break, then October 7th, we'll be having a time slot change. So I'll get to that later on, but first I do want to talk about the episode that aired this morning, as well as the preview that we have for next week. So starting off with Pokemon Sun and Moon anime episode 88, let me know what your thoughts were in the comments. I really enjoyed it. I thought the music especially was great, just like with last week, especially on the ending scene when Necrozma coming through the Ultra Wormhole chasing Lunala. I thought that was amazing and very well done. So starting off from that, Necrozma ends up fusing with Lunala, and there we actually get to see Dawnwick's Necrozma. Also later on, we actually do see Dustmane Necrozma as well. But yeah, also with Team Rocket, I thought it was really nice because we have seen Matsuri in the past, Diamond and Pearl, Black and White, X and Y, but she seems now that she's going to be having a very, much more prominent role in Sun and Moon, which I think is awesome. She's a really great character in my opinion. She has another ally with her that is Gozu, and so they end up trying to capture Lunala with Necrozma, but it does end up breaking free. It's worth noting that. And so later on, it does kind of link with Nebi or Solgaleo, and so that's how we get Dustmane Necrozma. I do want to mention one moment that I thought was great, kind of reminiscent to the Diamond and Pearl movie, if any of you remember, where Dialga and Palkia were kind of battling, and it almost hits one of the characters on the ground, but Darkrai ends up protecting it. We kind of got a scene similar to that, where not Nebi, Lunala and Necrozma end up battling, and they almost hit Hala, but actually Tapu Koko ends up appearing and protecting them as well. I just thought it was great that we actually do get to see Hala, as well as Olivia. Acerola and Nanu actually do make some cameos later on in this episode as well, so I thought that was great. But yeah, after I end up with all that, with the Ultra Guardians and such, they end up going away, but with Lunala, actually ends up getting really injured, especially near the end of the episode. And so I thought it was pretty interesting, because they actually do end up at the Aether Foundation. They end up deciding calling it UB Black, of course that is Necrozma, but at the end of the episode, Lunala ends up getting help from Ash, Lana, Kiawe, and Gladion with their Z-Rings, kind of reminiscent with last week's episode, where they kind of used their Z-Rings to kind of power up with eventually with the Ultra Wormhole and such. In this case, they actually end up giving energy to Lunala, and so it ends up breaking free and now having more energy. My guess is, as we see with the next episode, going towards Necrozma. So yeah, overall, I really enjoyed this episode. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments. I thought it was really great. Like I said, with Matsuri and Gozu, so far I'm really enjoying these two characters, especially Matsuri. I'm just really happy we're going to get to see more of her later on in the Pokemon Sun and Moon anime. Hopefully, in terms of in terms of Rainbow Rocket, Team Rainbow Rocket, I think that would be great. But yeah, I digress. Let me know your thoughts on what would you like to see, because we do have the preview, of course. Let me just pull it up here in a bit. Okay, so with the preview itself, one of my favorite things, we actually get to see Gozu, the Team Rocket member, using Aggron and Mega Evolution. So Mega Aggron will be appearing in next week's episode, so that's awesome. I mentioned this before, but Aggron was one of my first level 100 Pokemon back in Pokemon Movie, which was one of the first Pokemon games I ever played, and actually one of the first video games I ever played back on the Game Boy Advance SP. I still have it, by the way. I just have it stored. Maybe I'll try to show it in a future video. But yeah, I think it's great that we're going to get to see Mega Aggron. It was one of my favorite Pokemon from Aggron is one of my favorite Pokemon from the Hoenn generation. Then, of course, we had Mega Aggron later on. But yeah, now going towards the rest of it, I thought it was pretty interesting. We actually get to see a lot of Poipole in kind of this cave and such, and there's a really great shot of Naganadel. I'll try to have it on screen right now, but there's a really great shot of Naganadel in this preview, and so we're going to get to see more of that, as well as Dustmane Necrozma holding down Lunala, and it looks like it's battling Gladion Savali as well as Lunala itself. There's kind of like a weird shot there, but it's going to be battling with Ash, or sorry, not with Ash, with Gladion and Savali. So be sure to look out for that. And the ending scene is not just all the poipo surrounding and flying around, and then we actually get to see Ultra Necrozma. So that's going to be really awesome. I'm looking forward to that. Just to read here with the title itself, episode 89 is a prism of light and darkness. Its name is Necrozma, airing on September 6th. And reading the short summary we have here, quote, the Ultra Guardians dispatched to the world on the other side of the Ultra Wormhole in order to restore Solgaleo. What awaits them, there are a lot of poipo and a gloomy world, and so my guess is that's where we're going to get Naganadel. So let me know your thoughts on today's episode as well as the new preview. And like I said, there has been confirmation that there's going to be a time slot change. So usually, I don't know, depending on you guys, let me know in the comments what time it airs for you. But for me, here in Chicago, it airs on 4:30 Central Time. So that was really early this morning. And so reading here the new statement, quote, it has been confirmed that as of October 7th, the Pokemon anime will have moved on TV Tokyo from Thursdays at 6:55 to Sundays at 6. This is part of a move by the new head of TV Tokyo to help make Sundays more family-oriented. The last episode to air before the shift will air on September 13th. Sorry for any noise in the background. And then we'll have a 2-week break. So just keep that in mind. September 13th will be the last episode before the current, how it is currently. Then there's going to be a 2-week break. And then it looks like on October 7th, that's when it's going to be the time change. And so at least for here, in terms of Central Time, my guess is it looks like it's going to be about an hour earlier on a Sunday, so probably Sunday around 3:30 or so, which is probably going to be hard to wake up because this morning I did enjoy the stream. I was watching Aikatsu Friends and then the Pokemon anime because it airs right afterwards. But yeah, so I'm guessing there's going to be some time change there. Let me know your thoughts of it. I've seen some people post or question as to whether or not it's a good thing. But yeah, just keep that in mind. So yeah, just that'll be airing starting October 7th. And of course, once we get closer to that date, I'll be sure to let you guys know more about that. So just keep that in mind. And finally, with today was just summer anime in general, but that I've been really enjoying. Like I mentioned, I'll be making a video more on that specifically. But in terms of Shoujo Kageki Revue Starlight, as I said before, it's really good. I would highly recommend it. Episode 7, it changed everything. It was pretty interesting how that turned out. I don't want to go too much into spoilers for any of you who haven't started watching. But yeah, I'm really excited for today's episode. Once again, that'll be airing in the stream link. I'll be leaving in the comments. So definitely check it out. That'll be airing at 11:30 Central Time. So be sure to look out for that. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Peace, stay hyped, and as always, best wishes.